what's interesting is like when all the Jay-Z stuff and, you know, the 13-year-old and everything, whatever, starts coming out.
Yeah.
Nas's baby mother, Carmen Bryan, who I interviewed a while back, started to kind of chime in and sort of fan the flames a little bit.
I don't want to get involved with that.
But what I'm going to say is...
I just was around Nas and Qatar. Shout out to Nas and Steve Stout.
No, I just want to say that people don't necessarily realize that I feel like Nas's baby mother, Carmen, was sort of the reason for that beef. Because she also claimed she got pregnant by Jay-Z.
Well, let's keep it real. In the history of hip-hop, since Biggie and Pac, right? Every rapper's kryptonite is either their baby mother, their wife, or their lady, their side chick, whatever you want to call it. That's every rapper's kryptonite.
Although I feel that...
You don't feel like that?
Most
back
times,
in the days.
But for example, like
Biggie,
like 15 Ja Rule wasn't over a girl, I think.
No. Wasn't no girl involved in that.
Okay, I'm
that
right.
was one battle, but when you look at Biggie and Pac, when
Faith Evans.
you know,
Yeah, Faith Evans.
when Tupac, shout out to Faith, because I love Faith too. I listen to 2 of her albums, classic. I love Faith. Love Faith, don't never want to say nothing bad about her. Not as like that, but as an artist, I love her, you know, I listen to 2 of her albums, because I'm an R&B guy too. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised when I listen to Roberta Flack.
I would be kind of surprised.
Nina Simone, Roberta Flack, like El DeBarge, like I'll be in the car with people would be like, damn, I could still listen to what's going on now. You know what I mean? But I like to take it to the old school sometimes, just nice mellow, got the joint rolled up. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my cannabis deals. A lot of people don't know I get paid to smoke, so I love it. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the cannabis deals, Dr. Green, Cookies. Shout out to Green Label in Cali. Shout out to everybody that we're working. To get back on the subject though, every rapper's kryptonite is either the baby mother, the girlfriend, the wife. You know, when you look at Biggie, we had Faith. When you looked at, and no disrespect, they put Carmen was in that beef.
Yep.
So that was like a major beef. But at the same time, you had Ether, you had classics.
Drake and Kendrick wasn't about a girl.
Because Jay-Z had the takeover, and then I think the takeover dropped first.
Yeah.
So what made the takeover crazy, because I forgot what album it was on. I remember when that dropped, because I lived on Springfield and Merrick at that time. I lived right on Springfield and Merrick, and I remember hearing the takeover.
Blueprint.
Yeah, it was the Blueprint.
Yeah.
And then I think he, was Ether Nas' first diss record?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But didn't Jay drop 2? He dropped another one after Ether, right?
He dropped Super Ugly.
Yeah, Super Ugly. And that was
more of a freestyle, because it was over the Dre beat.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah. But Ether was like, come on, shout to Queens.
Ether was
know what I'm saying? You know, Jay,
when your song becomes a verb, when you say you got ethered, or you got Ja ruled, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes more powerful.
Even like when you look at KRS and MC Shan, there was no girl involved in that, but there's a lot of battles where there's a girl is involved. The woman is usually the kryptonite.
Yeah, although when I'm going down the list of rap battles, most of them are actually not about a girl. Now that I really think about it.
We could name a good classic. All right, we're gonna put Biggie and Pac.
Yeah.
All right, that's one.
Okay.
And this is classic.
Nas and Jay, that's another.
This is hip hop that these guys could still tour on to now. Nas and Jay, right? Those are 2 classical battles.
Okay.
And women were involved. Okay, now we fast forward down the line. Who you got? 6ix9ine and Little TJ.
They were beefing?
I mean, you know, 6ix9ine was getting at everybody, but you know, niggas was trying to hang out with his baby mother. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying? That was a fast forward where a girl was involved. There's a whole bunch of miscellaneous other ones that we could.
Yeah, battles. I mean, Ice Cube versus NWA, no girl involved. Cannabis versus LL Cool J, no girl involved.
Okay.
Kool Moe Dee versus LL, no girl involved. Common versus West Side Connection, no girl involved.
Okay, you name it more.
Boogie Down versus Juice Crew, no girl.
Vlad, I'm quite
Kool
sure.
Moe Dee, Mizzy
Vlad,
B,
chill
no
out,
girl.
Vlad, chill out. I'm quite. You keep going and going and going. I named you 3. I named you, first of all, the most 2 classic.
You named the big ones. I mean, you got the big ones in there.
Biggest battles.
But Kendrick and Drake, no girl.
Who?
Kendrick and Drake.
What are you talking about? He said some stuff about his lady or something, and that's what made Kendrick mad. You think when he came?
Well, I guess when I say there's a girl involved, I don't mean taking shots at the girl. I mean that both rappers are messing with the same girl.
It doesn't matter. You could say something about a nigga girl.
Pac slept with Faith.
You could. I know what you're saying, but you could say something.
Carmen slept with Jay.
You could say something about somebody's lady, depending on how good the rappers are, like Kendrick and Drake, and they can go harder with their bars depending on what you say in a battle. Yeah. So think about it. He said something about his lady. He probably went even crazier in the studio with Mustard. Know what I mean? But everybody's waiting to see what Drake do next, because Drake is the guy that never fails. So is it good for hip hop? Yes. Was wild shit said where both parties probably never like each other again or whatever? Yeah, even though it's not my business, I'm just speaking on from a hip hop perspective. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they'll like each other or not, because Wayne just said he spoke to Kendrick. So I don't know how true that is. I just think I seen a quick...
No, it's true. He went on Skip Bayless.
Yeah, I think
Lil Wayne said that him and Kendrick had a conversation. And, he asked him, Skip asked him if he addressed the whole, I let Lil Wayne down. He said, no, you didn't have to address it. I understood what he meant. He worked hard to get that position.
Right.
It wasn't his choice to be in the Super Bowl. He was given the opportunity. And, it seemed like Wayne kind of humbled himself.
I just felt like this is how I felt. When you go to the club, right? You go to the strip club, the bar, it's a female-driven climate for hip-hop, which is good. You got the Doshis, the Lottos, the BK the Rulers, the Clear Trappers, the Ice Spice, then you got Nicki, Cardi, Megan, Glorilla. Like, it's a female-driven climate, which I never seen before. Can you agree with that? Or no?
Yeah, right now, absolutely.
I always loved female rappers since Queen Latifah, Moni Love, and when they had Ladies First and all that shit. Like, I'm a real hip-hop guy. You know what I'm saying? I even like, what's KRS, Miss Melody? KRS girl?
Yeah, his wife,
There was so many. Stetsasonic was a guy's mother.
Yeah.
But there's so much. I forgot. Oh, Salt and Pepper.
Of course.
Spinderella, come on.
Yeah.
Because that was like, when you look at them as a young age, those were the first females that, as a kid, we was looking at like, damn, we loved them. They was like, basically, sex symbols. Mm-hmm. I always liked the first Spinderella. I'm not gonna say I never liked the second one.
There was a first Spinderella. Yeah.
They always say there's another one. I just get confused. But I remember the first Spinderella, like when they did Push It back in the days. Come on, bro. They had the spandex suits on, looking all nice and shit.
Oh yeah.
Leather jackets. Like that was the shit. The girls had the big earrings. Like that's, as a kid, that's like, damn, they fine. They was like the first sex symbols, like a Nicki or a Cardi, or you know what I'm saying, like. Or a Megan or a Glorilla, you know how that is, because females, those were the first females that you really looked like that. But like, even MC Lyte was always good looking. She just never wore the tight clothes.
Yeah, she was more like tomboyish.
And I was more like MC Lyte was like favorite. I would put her probably number one on my list back in the days. I'm gonna keep it real. Hit the Road Jack when they had the Jettas, getting on the train. That shit was just real. That's why for me, 80s hip hop and 90s hip hop is the shit for me. Early 2000s, yeah, we came, and I love what people's doing now. But like, to me, like, cause like I met like my man Hollywood. I was talking to his one of his family members. He did some time, right? And he was like, he met somebody in jail, and they said, yo, the hip hop music, when they started doing negative music, fucked up the game. And I'm like, well, what about movies? Because that's the first thing. Or what about video games? People always want to blame hip hop. But when you do look in the 80s, like records like Self-Destruction, that was crazy, bro. That was like a We Are the World of hip hop.
Yeah, and then We're All in the Same Gang came out on the West Coast.
Right.
The equivalent of that song. The West Coast version of it.
Oh yeah, okay. I gotta, you know what? I gotta check that out, man. All the Same Gang. I probably remember it.
Yeah, Dr. Dre produced it.
I gotta check it out.
Young MC was in it. MC Ren was in it. Dre rapped on it. MC Hammer was in it.
That's crazy.
And there's a few like, East Coast dudes like Def Jeff, I think, was in it and so forth.
All the legends. It was just like...
And the person who put it together was one of the founders of the Crips, I believe, Mike Concepcion.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he put that shit together.
Oh, shit. So that, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it was a prominent... And then at the end, Eazy-E's rapping, basically talking his shit. At the end, he ends the song out.
I gotta check it out, because I just know Self-Destruction, so I gotta check that out. I gotta check it out.
You missed it out.
You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you a question, right?
Yo, don't forget us in Vegas, man. I'm gonna be in Vegas for, 50 always want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be in Vegas shit, New Year's, Christmas, December 27th to, I believe, January 4th. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get to go to Planet Hollywood. It's fucking going down, man. Yeah, we working on New Year's. What's going on?